It's not been seen since the days of Sir Walter Raleigh, but today Portsmouth sailors were involved in the changing of the guard at Windsor Castle. What a day to clock on. Edward Sault's at Windsor Castle for us this evening. This must have been a daunting prospect for the young men of Portsmouth.
Yes, Sally, I certainly think it was, and I was here actually as the news of the royal engagement started to filter through today, so you can imagine the excitement, especially in a place like Windsor as that news was announced. But yes, most people were here to see the changing of the guard by the Royal Navy for the first time in 357 years. It's a big year for the Navy, it is the year of the Navy, and this all comes, of course, in the run-up to Her Majesty the Queen commissioning officially the new Portsmouth-based aircraft carrier, the HMS Queen Elizabeth, next week. When you think of the changing of the guard, this is probably what normally springs to mind. But for the first time in 357 years, it was the Royal Navy who led the procession in Windsor today instead.
It was a great honour. First time that the Navy's done it in a very long time. I'm very honoured to be part of it.
Almost 90 sailors from 45 different units have been in training for today, and it's something that took a great deal of hard work to achieve.
Obviously it's a little bit challenging. You have to sort of translate the army speak into Navy speak, so that was a bit of a challenge for us, but we got there in the end. And
for the captain of the guard who led the procession and who's from nearby Maidenhead, being back on Berkshire soil was particularly poignant.
Well, I'm normally based down in Portsmouth, and I actually grew up very locally to here, so the two coming together has given a real opportunity, and the Navy taking over duties here at Windsor Castle for the first time ever. It's a great privilege to have been able to march up the hill and lead the Royal Navy into Windsor Castle. It was brilliant. You know, that kind of real hairs on the back of your neck moment as we marched into the castle, and I think what topped it was seeing the Royal Standard flying over the castle, knowing that we were going to be the first members of the Royal Navy to actually guard Her Majesty in her home residence.
Yesterday, the Royal Navy led the change of the guard at Buckingham Palace, and it's clear here in Windsor they've also pulled in the crowds.
My brother-in-law is ex-Navy, and it just seemed a wonderful opportunity to see something that's probably never going to happen again.
Well, I thought it's lovely. It's very English. In fact, we were just taking pictures to send back to friends in America, so I think it's like that here every day.
It was quite impressive, and my dad was in the United States Navy, my son was as well. So it was really something and very proud to see the Royal Navy, especially the first time of the changing of the guard, and it was very, very exciting actually, and very impressive.
Proud day for the Royal Navy at Windsor Castle today. Let's just talk that announcement of the royal engagement, Ed. Much reaction in Windsor because, you know, a lot of tourists there today.
Absolutely, yeah, lots of American tourists as well, Sally, and as you may expect, they were thrilled at the news that one of their citizens is due to marry into our royal family. They really were over the moon, certainly the ones I spoke to today. Now, Prince Harry's connections with our part of the world run deep. His connections with Sussex in particular are expected to run even further upon the marriage. His father, Prince Charles, was in Dorset today too. Here's my colleague Steve Humphrey with this.
It was Prince Charles who made the official announcement about the royal engagement, and there was a smile on his face when he spoke to reporters as he arrived at Poundbury in Dorset this morning.
Congratulations, sir. What do you think about the engagement?
Very kind. No, we're thrilled, thank you very much, to both of them. So I hope they'll be very happy indeed, is all I can say.
And in the cookery class at Damer's First School, the heir to the throne could have been forgiven for having a thought about his son's wedding cake.
And an egg. And one egg's enough.
It was at the Invictus Games in Toronto, attended by many wounded veterans from the south, that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made their first public appearance together. Prince Harry is strongly supportive of Forces charities. He visited the Help for Heroes Recovery Centre at Tidworth in Wiltshire earlier in the year. During his army career, Prince Harry was known as Officer Cadet Wales while at Sandhurst. He did armoured vehicle training at Bovington in Dorset and helicopter training with the Army Air Corps at Middle Wallop in Hampshire. 2 years ago, he was at Goodwood in West Sussex for the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. Today, a leading genealogist said it's expected he'll become Duke of Sussex when he marries, with Meghan being appointed Duchess of Sussex.
The last Duke of Sussex was the sixth son of George III, and he died in 1843, so this title is currently available.
It'll be the first royal wedding since Prince William and Kate married in 2011. And there are reports that Prince Harry and Meghan's big day could take place in Windsor. Steve Humphrey, BBC South Today.
Yeah, keeping fingers crossed. Lots of good wishes as well from the Maidenhead MP, of course, Theresa May, the Prime Minister, and of course from Her Majesty the Queen and Prince Philip, who are in residence today. They said they were absolutely delighted at today's news. Now, Sally, I've been trying all day to try and get us some invites to the wedding when we know when it's happening. I've not had much luck yet, but I might go and knock on the door and see how I get on.
Yeah, good luck with that. Wishful thinking, Ed. Thanks very much.